It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And the pregame warm-ups wrapping up out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Lakers going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And for Oklahoma City, playing under 500 basketball over the last 10 games. They can do better, and they'll try to get on the winning side tonight. And now around the halfway point, the novelty of the new season has died down, and we're still a long way from the playoffs. Shaq, how do the players maintain focus through this stretch? How do you maintain focus?
Have
you maintained focus?
Easy. You're a pro, Ernie. Do your job. That's your job.
There you go.
You know, and not only that, you got to be a real competitor. You got to want to compete.
Yeah, good coaching, and the veterans can help you through this because the veterans have been here before. They can kind of lead you and guide you.
Do you feel focused right now?
Not at all.
No. Do you feel focused right now?
Never.
Well, that makes three of us. Here's Kevin Harlan. He's always focused.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live in Los Angeles at the Staples Center. There's no better time of year than the holidays for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone, to the broadcast table. Chris Webber to my right, Greg Anthony to my left. I'm Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge on our sideline. Look at Oklahoma City. On paper, you'd give them the edge, but of course, they're not taking anything for granted. They'll look to come out strong and prove they're the better team.
And when I look at Oklahoma City, they've had their chances to kind of separate themselves from the pack this season, but so far, they haven't been able to capitalize on those opportunities.
And it's surprising because good teams usually feast on those chances to move up in the standings. They haven't appeared truly hungry to want to be a top team in this league.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Felton is out there with Andre Robertson. Then it's Paul George, and then there's Steven Adams, and it's Anthony in at the power forward. Now, here's Ball. After the miss from Raymond Felton. Kuzma passes the ball. It's good. Ball's got the game going with his first points of the game for Los Angeles. Well, we always hear from NBA players that a win is a win. But, Chris, in all honesty, do some wins mean a lot more to players than others during the regular season?
You know, I know it sounds cliche, but not really. That really is the truth. You know, you may have one or two games that mean more, maybe Christmas, maybe against a rivalry, an old player. But you have to understand this. The whole mentality of lasting in this league is not to get too up or too down. If you get too up because you're playing against the Lakers, then you know you're going to lose against the Pistons the next night because you're not respecting them the same. You have to respect every team, fear every team the same. And so just circling one in red kind of shows that you're not respecting the next team, which sets up for a letdown. And so I think that's a good practice to have. Every game means the same, but human nature kicks in, and some are going to mean more than others.
That is really interesting. Kuzma can't get it to go. Thunder have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. From outside the arc, they get it back, and it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams. Here's Ball. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. They set the pick. The dish to Barnes over Anthony. Can't hit that one. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And I feel like the defense was one step behind all night. I mean, they never made the adjustments to string together a few stops.
Here's Ball. And again, no good by the Lakers. For Oklahoma City, they've gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Pass to Adams. He dishes it to George. There's the triple. Nailed from three-point land. George has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. To the wing on the left. They set the screen. Pass to Zubac. Nobody near Barnes. Barnes with another miss.
Well, that makes them 1 for 5 from the field so far. They need to start getting some better looks.
Felton. And Adams kicks to Roberson. Adams sets the pick for George. Back to Robertson. Clock at 4. Over Caldwell Pope. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Ball, the pass to Kuzma. He feeds it to Ball. Passes it to Caldwell Pope. Looking to end the run. And he connects with the jumper. Caldwell Pope's got his first points of the game.
And there's no real answer for Caldwell Pope in pick and roll sets. He can beat you with the shot outside or his quickness inside.
There's a screen from deep. George. The rebound by the Lakers. Coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And if there's one aspect of the game that really stood out for me, it was the rebounding. Basketball's about possessions, and you saw a noticeable difference in terms of the effort both teams were putting forth.
Yeah, you have to make the effort to gain position. Keep position. Go harder after rebounds. None of that was happening.
Here's Felton. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Dallas.
Well, he also made a mark with his passing and had the assist total to show for it.
Now, here's Felton. 3-point lead. And the rejection by Zubac. Ball kicks to Caldwell Pope. The second chance effort, and it's Barnes getting it to go.
Love the grit on the offensive glass. Those are just effort points.
Felton kicks to Anthony. Back to Felton. Shoots over Ball. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Well, he's having a tough go at it so far this quarter. Not much dropping for him.
Barnes kicks to Ball. To the paint. And that misses. That would have put him up.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
George dishes to Felton. Feeds to Anthony. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play. And Luke Walton, the Lakers' 6th head coach in the last 6 seasons, counting interims. I think they're going to be patient with him, though, as he rebuilds.
I hope so. I mean, the fact that he's a familiar face, a SoCal native, and a former Laker helps buy patience from the fans. Also, his deal is guaranteed through 2020. They need to give him a chance.
That's good from Anthony. Well, you could feel the clock ticking for Melo's time in New York, and this offseason, it finally ended, Greg.
Yeah, and for a team like this to add Melo to the mix, what a blessing. I mean, Melo still has a ton of offense to offer, and hard to add a player so skilled as Melo for practically nothing.
Good on the shot.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
George sets a screen for Felton. Now the feed to Adams. Kicks to George. Six to shoot. The pass to Anthony. And it comes off the front of the rim.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Ball kicks to Barnes. Now Ball. There's the pick. And Adams sends it back. Now here's Anthony. He's covered closely. Now here's Ball. Pass to Zubac. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Dishes it to Ball. Buries the long-range jumper. Ball's got 5 points so far.
And no doubt the release point is a bit unorthodox in terms of Ball's shooting technique, but man, can he slingshot it home from deep.
And George kicks to Adams. Barnes against George. And stolen by Barnes. He kicks it to Ball. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Inside, here's Roberson. The shot's good on the assist by George. Roberson's got his first 2 points.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Caldwell Pope on the wing. Pass to Zubac. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Steven Adams picks one up. And Chris, the Sacramento teams you were on were so good at passing at every position. Just what is needed to build a kind of offense that does pass the ball like that, that's as fluid as that?
Well, 2 things. You have to have the offensive system, and then I think you have to have players with the skill set. You know, you can't really be a good passer if you're not a good scorer, because everybody's just going to stay back off of you and deny their man. But when you're a pretty good scorer, everyone has to watch you just as much as they watch their man, because you're just as much of a threat with the ball as you are passing. So I would say there we had guys that really could move the ball, that really could shoot the ball, so they were a threat. And all they had to do was be kind of a decoy. Pump fake, attack the basket, draw another guy, and then pass it to a guy that's willing to shoot. Unselfishness is a big trait, too, that you have to have. Guys that like seeing their teammates score, guys that enjoy seeing their other players get involved into a game. That's really important.
Wow, what a great breakdown. Second free throw, no good. And the Lakers, Greg, for a long time could rely on the lure of Los Angeles to draw top free agents. History does a lot, it seems.
Yeah, Paul George listing them on his short list shows they still have that pull, but the Lakers will be big players in free agency, I believe, in the near future.
Just 5 on the clock. Here's Patterson, and the rejection by Zubac. Barnes left side. And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Zubac. Here's Clarkson. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Minnesota. Just 5 to shoot. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
And Harrison Barnes, just a tremendous athlete at that small forward position. I think his strength enables him to guard up and hold his own against power forwards, and coaches love that versatility.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That's good from Barnes. And, Greg, you look at the versatility of Barnes. He can defend, I think, 3 positions.
And that's what the league is all about now. Switching on picks, much more popular, and with an all-around solid defender like Barnes, it doesn't uncover mismatches.
Barnes hits them both.
And as great of a free throw shooter as he is, it's still a part of his game. He works very hard at it.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Passes to Abrinas. Here's Ferguson. Patterson a screen on Barnes. Back to Abrinas. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Abrinas has got his first points of the night.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Nance against Grant. The three from Barnes drops in the tray. Barnes has got 7 points in the game.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Felton the pass to Grant. The dish to Patterson. Screened by Grant. Over to the wing. No one near Felton as he lets it go. Off target from outside.
His head doesn't look in the game right now. He can't seem to connect on any shot he takes out there.
Curry dishes to Nance. Takes the three. It's Curry. That time on the assist by Nance. Curry's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. 1:57 left in the first. Here's Abrinas, guarded by Curry. Patterson, the screen. Felton goes in. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Oklahoma City shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. The first one falls. Greg, when you think about the franchises in the league that have sustained success, who are always competitive, Oklahoma City should be right there at the top.
I mean, just look at the records for the Thunder, and their success really does speak for itself. 8 straight seasons of 500 or better basketball. Only the Spurs and Rockets can also make that claim.
So he picks up just one from the line that time. And part of analyzing a game can be offering forth critique of players or officials or organizations. Chris, how do you find that balance of candor and yet not being too critical, being too harsh?
Great question. The way I try to have an honest balance is to remember how I felt when it happened to me.
Interesting.
When you're a player, if someone comes with hard, credible evidence, I mean, it's true. You can't take anything personal. But when guys are just criticizing the same jump shot that you made last play, I'm not that guy. So, I try to keep a balance by being fair and honest, first of all, to the fans of that city and that state, and letting them know how great their team is, but also that maybe their team is playing lazy. Maybe look at this effort not out there by the floor. But also, in a blowout game, I also give the team that's losing by 30 just as much respect as I do the winning team, because those guys work just as hard. This is just a specific night they didn't play that well. So I just try to make every game as special as it is to me, from being a kid growing up to being able to play in the league, but then also just being fair. Benefit of the doubt first, but if you do 2 or 3 stupid things, then you're a stupid player that night. Just being honest, having fun. And I've gotten some calls from players, and I don't care. I'm not hard to find. And I just try to have fun, be honest, and no hard feelings, man.
Here's Ferguson, covered by Barnes. Clarkson against Felton. Inside, 11 feet away, the shot, no good. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Lakers on top, up 8. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return.
And that's word is born.
And a moment now to hear from Steven Adams as he reflects back on a life growing up as the youngest of 18 children back in New Zealand.
So, like, the youngest over there has to do everything, like all chores, pretty much 18 years of being rookie. That's pretty much all it is, and people just beat you up for no reason.
Hard to imagine growing up in such a huge family, but it sounds like maybe it prepared him for life in the NBA.
Yeah, I'd say it might have toughened him up a little bit, that's for sure. Wow, 18? That is mind-boggling.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
I think they've played great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
Yeah, closing down the lane, closing out on perimeter shooters. Interesting first quarter.
So for Oklahoma City right now, Grant is out there with Ferguson. Then there's Felton. Then there's Patrick Patterson. And it's Abrinas in at the 2.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it, following the 3 by the Lakers. Patterson a screen on Curry. Ferguson misses.
Well, he wanted to return the favor there for that last 3, but it just wasn't in the cards.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone.
Oh, he's not happy to pick up a second foul. This early in the game, he's got to be careful now.
And here's Barea outside. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Lakers foul. Jordan Clarkson. That's his first personal foul.
Thunder trailing by 11. Patterson, the screen. Feeds it to Felton. Patterson a screen on Bogut. And the pass to Ferguson. Just 5 to shoot. Patterson, the screen. Shoots from the high post. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
He gets some extra attention from the D on that trip, and it throws a shot off.
Curry, good.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Felton against Barea. Patterson, the screen. Lets it go with a 3. Good. And a nice assist from Felton. Patterson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Lakers leading by 10. Barea kicks to Nance. Out to the right wing. The feed to Barea. Lakers passing it around. Nance a screen. Here's Clarkson. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Clarkson's got a pair of triples in the second now for Los Angeles. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
And how about the 46th pick back in the 14 draft? Jordan Clarkson has certainly exceeded expectations thus far in his career. An athletic combo guard. He's really succeeded playing at both the 1 and 2.
Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for the Lakers. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And George kicks to Patterson. Pass to Abrinas. He dishes it to George. Shot clock at 6. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. George has got 5 points so far. And Greg, Jordan Clarkson, he has an offensive game, doesn't he?
He's able to shoot with range, and he can attack off the bounce as well. I think that enables him to kind of play on or off the ball. And I think he has a chance to be a really good two-way player in our league.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
The Lakers have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
Anthony's checked in for Patrick Patterson.
One shot, gentlemen.
Chris, I know that when you go through a season, there are certain matchups that you love and certain ones that you don't. When you were playing, which other power forwards did you just dread, just did not like going up against?
Well, Kevin, I would kind of change that and say dread to me was love, meaning that I dreaded and I loved to go up against Tim Duncan because you knew you had to be prepared that night. I loved and I dreaded going up against KG. You know, I played in the era where in 1 week I could have played against Shaq, Rasheed Wallace, Dirk Nowitzki, Tim Duncan, Hakeem Olajuwon. This is all on the West Coast. So for me, you know, I dreaded the Western Conference, but what's so good about it is that you just have to be prepared, and you can't dread the NBA. It's like you grew up wanting to play against the best players in life, and so I really loved the fact that I had to be my best every night, or you're going to get embarrassed in the league. So it was every power forward.
Never an off night, was there, Chris?
Never an off night, and you know, so I can't say I dreaded Karl Malone over Barkley or Olajuwon over David Robinson or Tim Duncan over KG. It's just like, hey man, you got to put your big boy pants on, get ready, and go to work, baby. Put your hard hat on.
They throw good, Paul George. And the Lakers, Greg, have acquired some intriguing young talent. Do you see this group blossoming into elite status?
I mean, there's still some question marks. Injuries have been an issue. I do see some all-star potential for some of their young fellas. Superstar potential, though, tougher to say. They've got something to build on, though, and that's key. And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Ball, the pass to Caldwell Pope. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Thunder trailing by 10. Screen by Adams. Here's Roberson. Zubac's defending.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now, here's Ball. 5 points in the game. Pass to Kuzma. Shoots a three. They get the rebound. Zubac. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Steven Adams picks one up. Los Angeles shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Two shots.
The free throw drops for Zubac. Los Angeles making a switch here. Ennis is checked in. Both good from the line that time. Greg, you watch the Thunder play, and it's clear that this team comes out looking to attack. Everyone on the team wants to put it on the floor and go right at the rim.
And part of that is their leader, Westbrook, just setting the tone. I mean, team finished near the top in points in the paint last season, and the addition of Paul George just helps to enforce that strength.
Here's Ennis after Oklahoma City gets the three. Passes it to Zubac. Here's Kuzma. Adams defending. The shot's good from Kuzma. Kuzma's got his first 3 points of the game.
And that's how you answer back.
Trading bombs the last 2 possessions. They're going that one.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
And the chance to draw up a great play. I mean, this is a chess match at work.
And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between 3-pointers and 2-pointers tonight for the Thunder.
They are shooting the lights out from beyond on really limited attempts. So you have to think they ought to feed those hot hands on the perimeter and see if they can keep this thing going.
Here's Abrinas. He's coming off a 13-point game against Dallas. He feeds it to George. Screen by Adams. Shot clock at 5. Off the screen. Kuzma pulls it in.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Ball dishes to Caldwell Pope. To the left wing from downtown, and there's Ennis on the assist by Caldwell Pope. Ennis has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Anthony kicks to George. Adams sets the pick for George. Over Caldwell Pope, and it's George again missing.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
Well, that just shows you can do everything right sometimes, but still get the wrong result.
Now, here's Ball. He's got 5. Off the pick. They grab their own miss. Zubats, that's good. Zubats has got 7 points.
He does not play the score. I mean, he's going to continue to work his tail off on the glass and make plays just like that.
Keep it simple, know yourself, and that's how he gets his minutes. He doesn't stop battling for rebounds even when the score is lopsided. He knows his role.
Here's Caldwell Pope. That one doesn't go. Adams, some nice D. Kicks it to George. And the rejection by Zubats. Stripped it away. Here's Abrinas. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Anthony, the pass to George. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
Well, if you thought the D was going to tighten up on him here in the second quarter, think again.
Ennis dishes the ball. And here's Caldwell Pope. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. Paul George with the steal. It's 2-on-1. Jumps up, and it's George finishing it off.
And George just has that extra gear. Well, once he kicks into it, he is nearly impossible to stop.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleash chaos moment. Now here's Ennis. Dishes it to Ball. Down low, Zubats. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
For Los Angeles, they have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one.
Taking 2 shots.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And they've done a better job at the line this quarter. They've got that free throw percentage up to almost 90%.
Barnes, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for the Thunder. That one misses.
Well, the Lakers are enduring the worst 5-year stretch in the franchise's history. They missed the playoffs in consecutive seasons only once, and that was back in the mid-'70s. Last season, their 4th straight in the lottery.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Barnes kicks to Ennis. They set the pick. And it's Ball in the corner. It's good. The assist that time from Ennis. Ball's got his 3rd bucket of the night. And the Lakers have always considered themselves a championship or bust type of franchise.
Well, that mentality runs up against the reality of their situation. I mean, they seem to have accelerated the process with some draft fortune and free agent signings. I mean, especially with Magic coming back, you know the magic is back. This upcoming offseason will be a big one for them.
Now a chance to see the numbers for George. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month. 13th in scoring, and he's among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
And yeah, one of the most dangerous scorers in the game. He's already come up big in some key games this year. His teammates really feed off his presence, I think. Outside Anthony. Clock at 6. To the inside. Stolen by Ball. George against Barnes. That's tipped and stolen by Patterson. Here's Abrinas. Sweet little floater. Abrinas has got his second bucket of the night.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Ennis passes to Barnes. He kicks it to Ball. Here's the screen. The shot comes out, and Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. And this matchup with the Lakers, it's their first meeting of the season.
And looking back to last season, they won this season series as you'd expect.
Yeah, they were the better team 1 year ago, but a lot can change from a season ago to the next. They have to make sure not to take anything for granted.
And that one's good, Barnes.
And you have to have an appreciation for Ball's passing skills. I mean, he just sees the floor beautifully, easily working the ball over to open teammates.
Here's Abrinas. We've got 1:48 left to play here in the second quarter. 5 on the clock. Here's Anthony. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Lakers leading by 11. Ball with it. 8 points for him. Connects from three-point range. Kuzma's got 6.
Well, check this out. He didn't have any threes in the first, but he kept shooting, and now he just knocked down his second in a row.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
Well, when Paul George announced this summer that he intended to leave for the Lakers when the contract ran out, you knew what was coming. Even as a rental possibility, the suitors lined up, and eventually the price was paid, and now George finds himself in a Thunder uniform.
One shot, mind the lanes.
And to many, the Thunder came out of nowhere to land George in that trade.
You know, most thought Cleveland or maybe Boston were the front runners for his services, but the Thunder snuck in and made their team a 2-star squad once again. Very interesting to see how far the duo of Westbrook and George can go.
Barnes can't get it to go.
Defensively, they could have done better. That's an open look he'd like to have back.
Ferguson's shot is good.
That's not a possession they'll want to repeat. Despite the points, they got to get a better shot than that.
Lakers leading by 9. Clarkson kicks to Nance. Bogut high post. Nance a screen. And here's Barnes for 3. And another 3 for the Lakers.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now, here is George. He picked up 33 points in their last one against Dallas. 17-foot shot on the way. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Now Curry. 14 points from him the last game against Minnesota. Here's Clarkson. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers going into the break with a 10-point lead. From beyond the arc, they've been absolutely tremendous. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Billy, balanced scoring for your team. How pleased are you with the way they're keeping everybody involved offensively?
Well, those guys, I think, have done a really good job of moving the ball and sharing the ball, and they're finding open men and they're willing passers, and I think because of that, they've been efficient offensively.
Open shots tend to be made. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Harrison Barnes led the way in the first half. He had 12 points and 1 steal. And taking a look at the Lakers, Shaq, what'd you think?
Some great work from them with the 3-ball. They came in with the idea that they can attack this D from long range. They were rotating the ball on the perimeter and letting it fly. And they got a good look. It's a strategy that paid off with a barrage of threes. That's my barrage sound, Ernie.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Oklahoma City?
Well, one problem I see is that they're too timid on the board. When you start to fall behind in the game, you need to become more aggressive on the offensive glass and the defensive glass.
And that's all we can do for now. As the second half begins, we get you back to Kevin Harlan.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
Oh, well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
Terrific first half on offense. This is how you draw it up. We'll see if they can maintain that efficiency going forward.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. And here is Los Angeles now. At one point, they led by 16. Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So for the Lakers right now, ball runs point with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope to his side. They're the backcourt. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Kuzma in at the 4. Now here's Felton. Outside Anthony. Patterson, the screen. Anthony left side. Shoots over Zubac. Anthony's shot is off. Los Angeles leading by 10. Caldwell-Pope outside. And there's the pass to Kuzma. No good on the triple. Oklahoma City shooting in this game 45%. The shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Again, the miss by Anthony.
His stroke has not been what they needed it to be, but looks like they're going to keep going to him.
Here's Caldwell-Pope. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Caldwell-Pope's got the first basket of the third quarter for Los Angeles. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And this break gives us a moment to look at the leading playmakers among rookies for the past 10 games. Lonzo Ball third.
Impressive dime count there, and you like to see that from a rookie. No better way to make a first impression than by spreading the wealth.
Steven Adams, he's checked in for Patrick Patterson. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Out left to the wing. Now, here's Zubac. Adams defending. And that one drops. Ball's got 10.
I'm a fan of how Ball uses that size inside. Excellent at getting his shot off close to the basket.
Now here's Anthony. He has 7 and out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for George.
And when you look at this shot chart, you get a good visual of just how often they are settling for something outside. They have to know that this defense wants them to take those kinds of shots, and they would be a lot better off if they recommit to attacking the basket.
Los Angeles leading by 14. Pass to Kuzma. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Barnes can't get it to go.
Wasted opportunity. That's a good chance right there for an easy 2 on the open jumper.
And Roberson kicks to Felton. Outside, George. The dish to Carmelo. Got a piece of it.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Caldwell Pope outside. Feeds the ball. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Steps back and fires. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. And stolen by Barnes. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Caldwell Pope. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And with the break here, let's look at the stats for Robertson. He's right around 5 points a night, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
He hustles, does the little things, just a good complimentary guy who you need on your team.
It's deflected. George against Barnes. Out to Anthony. Tries to snap the cold streak. Drills it from outside. Anthony's got 10 points in the game.
Oh, that's a big basket right there after misfiring on their first 4 attempts of the game.
Pass to Kuzma. They set the pick. And there's the feed to Caldwell Pope. He dishes it to Ball. 5 on the clock. Back to Caldwell Pope. And again, no good by the Lakers.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Yeah, coming off of a good pick, you want to get that. When he gets the separation he needs, I know he would love to have that one back.
Now, here's Felton. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
And there's never been any question about George's three-point range. He just goes through stretches where he knocks down the 3 at a ridiculous rate.
A 3 from Barnes. Add another make to his scoring column. His 5th basket of the game. Now shooting 5 of 11.
And that's how you answer back.
Trading bombs the last 2 possessions. They're going at one another.
Felton kicks to Adams. Oklahoma City moving it around. From 11 feet away, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Anthony's got 5 points now this quarter.
They lean on him for a big portion of their scoring with a good reason.
And, you know, so often we hear about a player coming out as an elite athlete, but Lonzo Ball is an elite basketball brain. I mean, this guy sees everything on the court, a terrific passer, but more importantly, he's a guy that players like playing with. He really approaches the game like a 10-year vet.
Anthony sets the pick for George, and Robertson has it in the corner. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. And we've got a chance now to get caught up on how the standings are looking in the West as we make the push through midseason. Look at Oklahoma City. They're 7th right now. Not a bad spot, but certainly they'd like to string together a run of wins. And checking out the Lakers, 9.5 games behind.
And you know, for the Lakers, they haven't made any of the strides they were hoping to see prior to the season. Again, hanging around at the bottom of the standings.
This is just not a team that is positioned to be very good at all. Now look, the players are doing their best out there, but they simply just don't have the right mix of players nor the execution to get it done yet.
Now Barea. Paul George missing from long range. Shoots the 3. And it's Ball that time on the assist by Barea. 15 points for Lonzo Ball. And with Lonzo Ball, you've heard all the comparisons to Jason Kidd as how he plays and views things as if it's a chess match. Greg, pretty good company to be in.
I tell you, that just shows the lofty expectations Ball has been saddled with, and he's the ultimate team player and plays to win. There are questions about his game, but what I always say is the fact that the players he plays with tend to play their best basketball, which I think is a reflection of his game.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Nance comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Ball. And a switcher also for Oklahoma City. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for George. And here is Los Angeles now. Nance, no good. Anthony dishes to Grant. Clarkson against Felton. Passes it to Adams. Grant outside. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Anthony's got 7 points for the quarter.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Now here's Nance. Clarkson, no good from outside. Now here's Felton. Now the pass to Abrinas. Here's the screen. Outside Felton. He feeds it to Anthony. Just 5 on the clock. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. It's stolen by Nance. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Steven Adams. 9th in rebounding, and with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And he's a top 10 rebounder this year for good reason. He's unbelievably driven, and he competes with you for the entire game. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for the Lakers. Seth Curry comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Barea against Felton. Pass to Abrinas. Grant with a screen on Nance. Tipped away. It's stolen by Nance. Now, here's Clarkson. Tight defense on him. Bogut, that's good. Bogut's got his first basket.
And nobody puts a body on Bogut, and then he makes him pay the price.
Screen by Adams. Out to the right wing. Lets it go with a 3. The shot that time, not on target. And the Lakers going the other way now. Right side Curry. Bogut, the pass to Curry. Screen by Bogut. They set the pick. Lock at 6. Nance sets a screen for Clarkson. Elbow shot is on the way. And he hits the jump shot. Clarkson's got 8 points.
And this is where Clarkson can do a lot of damage. I mean, that in-between area.
Felton kicks to Adams. Screen by Adams. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
All you have to do is point to their turnovers this quarter. There's a reason the scoreboard looks like it does.
Zubac is checked in for Andrew Bogut. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Patterson's checked in. Lakers leading by 14. Here's Barea. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Nance a screen. And here's Clarkson. And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
You see the poise developing in Clarkson. He makes a nice choice in the pick and roll.
Ferguson, the pass to Adams. Screen by Adams. Back to Abrinas. And it's blocked. Clarkson with the ball. 10 points for him. Curry kicks to Barea. Nance a screen. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Yeah, but in the first half, he was just purely flawless as a ball securer. But that certainly hasn't been the case here in the second half.
And Adams kicks to Abrinas. Screen by Adams. Grant against Curry. Grant the pass to Abrinas. Patterson a screen on Nance. 4 on the shot clock. Looking to end the drought. Abrinas' shot is off. Lakers leading by 16. Up top, Nance. Patterson defending. Zubac kicks to Clarkson. Puts up a 3. Offensive rebound. Nance. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Good shots, gentlemen.
Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. In third, the Thunder.
I mean, they've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense.
Shooting two, gentlemen.
That free throw good from Nance. Ennis, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Both free throws good from Nance. Thunder trailing by 18. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Patterson, the screen, and it's Abrinas in the corner. It's good from long range. Abrinas has got 7 points in the game.
Oh, just a brick wall of a screen. Knocks the defender out of the play.
Ennis dishes to Curry. Nance a screen. Ennis in the corner. Shot clock at 6. There's the pick. And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. He's got 5.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision-making right here. You can't let them have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Kicks to Clarkson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Lakers lead by 19.
And the thing about Clarkson, he really plays with an edge, especially once he gets it up inside.
Adams, the pass to Abrinas. Patterson, the screen. Abrinas kicks to Grant. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Oh, man, yeah, he read it all the way. He got a jump on it. Very close.
Here's Ferguson. He averages about 5 points a game. 6 to shoot. Fires for 3. It's good from long range. Ferguson's got his second bucket tonight.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Curry passes to Zubac. Dishes to Clarkson. Feeds it to Curry. And Nance kicks to Ennis. They set the screen. But they get it back. Here's Zubac. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Zubac has got 10 points in the game. Abrinas, the pass to Adams. Shoots over Zubac. No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's Los Angeles with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
Just an observation. We got to get a whole lot more physical. Loose balls we need to dive on. We need to get more physical.
Billy D putting emphasis on toughness and tired of seeing his team get pushed around.
Yeah, I mean, as a coach, it's torture watching your guys get moved around out there. Might need a personnel change if this continues.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Inside, it's Patterson and Adams. Ferguson out there with Andre Robertson. And it's Grant in at the 3 slot.
At the line for your Lakers, Time Ennis, taking 2 shots.
Two.
first one falls for him. And Ennis drops them both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
Wow, wasted possession. Thanks to what should have been a simple pass.
Lakers leading by 20. He kicks it to Curry. There's a screen. The dish to Barnes. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Another one. Man, he's just gotten into a great rhythm out there.
And part of this falls on the defense. I mean, you know he's hot. You'd like to force someone else to shoot the basketball.
Grant kicks to Roberson. Patterson, the screen. Robertson dishes to Patterson. Here's Adams. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Goes up at the stripe. Again, Los Angeles.
Excellent setup by Clarkson. I mean, hits his teammate where he could do something with it.
The Thunder shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Pass to Roberson. Patterson, the screen. And there's the feed to Grant. The NBA coaching ranks always looked at and scrutinized. Only 30 great jobs out there in the league, and yet they're on the firing line, it seems like, every season. Chris, what enables head coaches, in your opinion, to be successful? And has that changed over the years?
Well, I think what allows you to be successful, first of all, what is your acumen for the game? Can you communicate? Can you inspire players? Are you a humble guy? And, I think those are the main things that you have to, have as a coach. But look, players get traded all the time. Everybody's under pressure. So, just got to do your best and keep it moving.
Two shots.
The free throw drops for Zubac. For the Thunder, Anthony's checked in for Patterson. Paul George comes in for Jeremy Grant, and it's Felton in for Ferguson. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. The Thunder have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. There's a good screen. There's the steal. And now in transition, it's Barnes. Here we go.
Oh, see that? And that monster lead continues to grow. They are just piling it on now.
Well, give the coach a little credit. It's been some great play calling. Each guy doing his part. This is what you're hoping to achieve.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it, following the bucket by the Lakers. Caldwell Pope outside. He dishes it to Clarkson. Lays it up and banks it in.
This is why you like the size in the backcourt, if you can get it. I mean, Clarkson able to take the hit and complete the play.
Anthony kicks to Roberson. George passes to Adams. Shoots over Zubac. Adams' shot is good. Adams has got 4 points in the quarter.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Really left alone that time.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Felton against Clarkson. Felton dishes to Robertson. Adams with the screen on Caldwell Pope. Kept alive. Tries again. And there's the nice layup by Adams. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 13 rebounds. Clarkson kicks to Barnes. They set the pick. George with the defensive effort. Oklahoma City's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And beyond his ability to shine on the basketball floor, you have to commend Carmelo Anthony's effort, Greg, to get NBA players and other athletes more involved in making the world a better place.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of work to be done, but guys like Melo see what is beyond the world of basketball. He's spoken out as well as done the legwork of being active in his communities, and a lot of charity work for Melo. It's just nice to see the maturation process play out.
The first one falls. Well, a few seasons ago, the NBA introduced the last 2-minute report, where they release a review of all the calls in the final 2 minutes of a game. It has certainly had some mixed reaction. Chris, how do you feel about the public review that a refereeing crew now faces with the report?
Well, I think pressure should be on referees just like it is on players. I think everyone gets their job evaluated, and it's no different from anyone else. I don't know what it does, though, what a report does by telling you what happened in the last 2 minutes and that this referee missed the call. So I don't know what it does, but I don't mind it because everyone needs to be held accountable, and transparency is always good.
Very well said, Chris. Now, here's Brewer. Here's Kuzma. Banked in off the glass.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
I mean, I don't know whether to say it's amazing or it's sad, but you're down double digits and you still allow an uncontested layup. Where is the pride? Where is your heart?
And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Los Angeles has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Now, here's Brewer. He's guarded closely. Passes it to Hart. Just 5 on the clock. Shot off the pick. Singler with the rebound. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Anthony sets the pick for Felton. Singler outside. The pass to Eustace. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Drops in the layup for 2. Anthony's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo. Overpowering the D, one of the best shooters we have in this game.
There's the pick. To the left side wing. Here's Hart. No good on the 3. The Thunder have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Here's Eustace. The Lakers with the rebound. Bogut's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. To the middle. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Anthony, and the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
Scoring at an efficient clip tonight. Melo in that zone.
A player who measures his impact, Greg, on the game at the defensive end, the 7-footer Andrew Bogut.
Yeah, and it's interesting. He said he was a horrible defender at the University of Utah. Soaked up the game from the great defenders in the NBA. Learning defensive 3 seconds, when to go, when not to. He's a master now.
One shot.
That free throw good from Anthony. Chris, if you were on the rules committee, what rule change would you like to see the NBA make going forward?
Kevin, there's not a rule I'd necessarily have changed, but I'd ask them to kind of reinterpret a couple of rules, and that goes with the flagrant foul. I often see so many plays that are just hard fouls called as flagrant fouls, and that can affect not only a player and later on whether it's a flagrant 2, but it can affect the game. It can affect the next game by how it's interpreted by a player being kicked out because of that. And so I just want to take the sensitivity or put the toughness back into that. So many flagrant fouls are called and they're not going at the head or they're chopping down on the wrist. And I just like like to see it get back to be interpreted as it was a little while ago, maybe 20, 25 years ago.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Ball, the pass to Barnes. Now here's Zubac. He's guarded by Johnson. There's the screen. The drive by Barnes. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Taking 2 shots.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And he knocks down the first one. Well, the league has begun a program to crunch the numbers and learn how to reduce player injuries. It's just getting started. But, Chris, exciting to think that we'd be able to cut down on that part of the game.
Oh, yeah. You're talking to a guy that suffered injuries most of my career. I'm glad that we have more information now as far as, looking on the bench, you have player tracking cameras, the nutrition. You have more research and flexibility and strength. And so now it can all be measured. And as long as the players-doctor relationship is kept in privacy, I think it'll make a big difference.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Bogut's checked in. Lakers have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. To the inside, got a piece of it, and Adams sends it back. Anthony kicks to George. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
And defensively, he's feeling good right now. And as the opposing team, you better adjust your scheme accordingly.
And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. Anthony leading the charge. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the 4th. Barnes kicks to Caldwell Pope. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Pass to George. Lets it go with a 3. That doesn't go either for George.
I'm sure the D has no issue whatsoever with him taking those threes, but he isn't hitting anything from out there.
Caldwell Pope with a screen for Ball. Barnes dishes the ball. A floater, just 5 to shoot. Trains the three-pointer.
And they're just living beyond the arc here, really the entire fourth quarter.
And you have to like this. Why? Because it's helping them space the floor, which can create other opportunities.
That doesn't go either for George. For Los Angeles, they've gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots. Ball, the pass to Bogut. Count that one.
And really aggressive inside. Bogut making a strong move.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And Roberson kicks to Anthony. Screen by Adams. Shot off the pick. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Bogut's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Kuzma. Kicks to Caldwell Pope. There's the triple. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Anthony sets the pick for Felton. And you look at today's players, they have so many more ways to connect with their fans. But, Chris, at times, do you think that creates added pressure for the players?
Every player has pressure. I don't know about added pressure, but I do think it's a different time with social media, and you can hear everyone's opinion. So I think that you need to focus more if you're an athlete, but I don't think it adds more pressure. Because whether or not someone can type it or say it in your face or boo you at a game, you're going to hear those words.
Bogut. Yes, and the foul. Adams. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Johnson, he's checked in for Adams. Jeremy Grant comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Ferguson's checked in for George. And Abrinas subbed in for Raymond Felton. Larry Nance is checked in for the Lakers. Tyler Ennis comes in for Harrison Barnes.
Shooting one.
Free throw good, Bogut.
An NBA all-rookie first team, then much later, an NBA champion. Bogut's had every other kind of season in between.
Here's Roberson. Here's Abrinas. The Thunder with another miss.
Loose ball. Loose ball. Going the other way.
First personal foul, 2 Shooting Los Angeles, Andrew Bogut. Taking 2 shots.
Two.
No good on the free throw. It's interesting to see the impact of technology on the game, too. I heard LeBron James. A lot of players now review footage on a tablet when they check out their play.
Well, yeah, you know, back in the older days, a lot of us went to the locker room and you would go in the room and watch it on video. So it's the same type premise. It's just that, you know, technology is better today. I mean, every guy wants to do it. You want to know what you're doing well, what you're doing wrong. You're all a coach on the floor. You're the quarterback, and LeBron especially is the quarterback of his offense. So it doesn't surprise me before that he's studying tape.
He got right to the cup using that screen.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Lakers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Lonzo Ball.
Their offense had a great flow to it because of how well he was moving the ball. His assists were way up there, and it kept everybody moving, working to get open. That's a great job to converge on him inside and prevent that easy look.
Caldwell Pope outside. He feeds it to Nance. They set the pick. Here's Ennis. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Yeah, with a double-digit lead at this point, they can pretty much mark this one up in the win column.
Ferguson, the pass to Grant. There's 14 seconds left in the game. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
He's off on the first. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Now Barea. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Andrew, we know that you are a defensive presence in the paint, but how do you find balance to also contribute offensively?
Just attack the rim. I think there's a couple of opportunities where I had a chance to attack the rim and get closer to the basket on my post move. So I'm working on it. There's always room to improve.
Well, congratulations on the win, Andrew. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.